Welcome to Klaviyo for Beginners, where we'll learn marketing automation from scratch. In this tutorial, we'll cover everything from integrating your online business with Klaviyo to setting up lists and segments, creating, refining, and automating email, SMS, and push campaigns, and more advanced features like building automatic flows, creating forms, and making the most out of your data. In short, you will get a complete marketing automation walkthrough. Each chapter is packed with examples, on-screen demos, tips, and best practices. Here's our plan for this video. You'll find the timestamps right here so you can jump to any section you need. Oh, and a quick heads up, if you find this tutorial helpful and you would like to support me and my channel, the best way to do that is to sign up to Klaviyo using my link in the description. It takes you straight to the best deal Klaviyo has to offer right now, and you can sign up for a free account, no credit card needed. Thank you very much for your support, and now let's get started. To get started with Klaviyo, begin by registering using your email address and a secure password. You'll also need to enter your company name, website, and phone number. Additionally, specify how you plan to use Klaviyo. Once your account is created, Klaviyo will walk you through a brief setup process. You'll be prompted to connect your Shopify store. But for now, feel free to skip this step. Next, indicate the number of contacts currently in your list. After that, enter your business address and proceed. You'll now be asked to provide your sender information. If you own a custom domain for your website, select yes. If not, choose no to continue. At this stage, specify how you plan to use Klaviyo. Finally, confirm your email address. Once verified, you'll be presented with Klaviyo's available subscription plans. You can skip this section for now and explore the platform freely. Dashboard overview. The left-hand navigation menu is your main way around. Campaigns. This is where you create and send one-time email or SMS campaigns, like a newsletter or promotional blasts. Flows. This section handles your automations, e.g. welcome series, abandoned cart emails. Flows are like sequences of messages that send automatically when triggered by an event or dates. Sign-up forms. If you want pop-ups or forms on your site to collect emails, you'll create those here. Growth strategies. This section contains helpful material, articles, and videos if you want to grow your business's digital presence. Audience, where all your contacts, subscribers live. You can now view individual customer profiles, showing their activity, like what emails they opened or what they bought. This section includes the subsection. Lists and segments, where you manage groups of contacts. Lists are static groups, e.g. a newsletter list, and segments are dynamic groups based on conditions, e.g. customers who purchased in the last 30 days. We'll dive into this soon. Content, where you can customize pre-existing templates for email campaigns. Analytics, a reporting area to track how your campaigns and flows are performing. You can see open rates, click rates, sales, and more for each message. Integrations, where you connect other tools or platforms, like your e-commerce store, to Klaviyo. If it feels like a lot, don't worry. We'll walk through each major feature step by step in the coming sections. And throughout, Klaviyo provides tips or presets, for example, pre-built flow templates, to help beginners. To get started, you will need to integrate your store with Klaviyo. Chapter number 2, connecting your store, profile setup, and integration. But first, let's ask, why should you integrate your store with Klaviyo? Integrating your store or e-commerce platform syncs your customer data and order history into Klaviyo. Once integrated, Klaviyo can automatically track who subscribes to a mailing list, what they browse on your website, what they buy, and more in one location. In Klaviyo, go to the Integrations tab and find your platform from the list of 300 plus available integrations. As an example, I'll walk you through integrating a Shopify store into Klaviyo. Add integration, search for Shopify, and select Shopify. Then click Install. You'll be prompted to enter your Shopify URL, yourstorename.myshopify.com. To find your Shopify store URL, you'd want to open Settings in Shopify, select Domains, and you'll find the URL displayed on this page. Copy and paste this into Klaviyo. After that, proceed to connect to Shopify. Select Install, and finally click Integrate to confirm new integration. Once approved, Klaviyo will begin syncing your Shopify data, customers, orders, products. It even enables tracking on your storefronts for browse activity and can pull in sign-up forms and checkout opt-in settings. Integration confirmation. After integrating, check on-site tracking and sync settings to make sure everything is working properly. Follow the on-screen instructions to embed Klaviyo onto your Shopify store. When that is successfully completed, you'll see a success message or data syncing indicator once connected. Under Sync Settings, you'll see options like sync your Shopify email subscribers to Klaviyo. So, new Shopify signups go into a Klaviyo list automatically. Pro tip, make sure data is flowing both from and to Shopify. Switch to Shopify and make sure the data stored in Klaviyo is accessible in Shopify. This will enable you to access your customers' information across all apps. Verify data sync. Within a few minutes of integration, Klaviyo should start showing your products in the content section and recent activity from your store. You can click on Profiles and spot check that customers from your store are now appearing in Klaviyo, complete with their email, name, and even purchase history. This data will fuel things like segmentation and personalization. So by integrating your store, you unlock Klaviyo's full potential. Every purchase or site interaction can trigger tailored messages, making your marketing much more effective by personalizing the experience for your customers. To do that, however, requires grouping them together based on their actions or behaviors. Let's see how Klaviyo does this. Chapter number 3, Building Your Audience, Lists and Segments. Now that your Shopify store data is imported to Klaviyo, let's explore how Klaviyo manages this data. There are two main ways that Klaviyo categorizes your customers: lists and segments. Understanding lists versus segments. Lists are static groups of contacts, and segments are dynamic groups that update based on conditions. A list is like a bucket you add people to, manually via sign-up forms or via integration. A segment, on the other hand, is a saved filter or rule. Segments populate automatically when contacts meet the criteria you set, and they update continuously. For example, a segment could be purchased in last 30 days. Any profile that places an order will join, and after 30 days of no orders, they drop out if they no longer meet the condition. Let's start by creating a list. Creating a list. By default, Klaviyo will have created a few default lists during setup. We will create a new one. Navigate to Audience, Lists, and Segments in the sidebar. Click Create New and choose Lists. Give your list a clear name, e.g. newsletter subscribers or customers. Now you can add contacts to this list by importing a CSV or adding them manually. For example, if your Shopify integration was sent to sync subscribers, anyone who opted into marketing at checkout will appear in the list you designated. Pro tip, it'll be a great idea to create a list where you're the only recipient. That way you'll be able to use yourself as a guinea pig. On an empty list, click Quick Add and manually enter your information. Whether you're testing new campaigns or just want to view a new template before you send it out, always make sure to test it first. Creating a segment, step by step. Let's build your first segment. It's easy and a really powerful way to organize your customers. Go to Audience and then Lists and Segments. Click Create New, then select Segments. After giving a segment a name, you will set up its conditions. For instance, to create a segment of engaged subscribers, let's add a condition. What someone has done, clicked email at least once in the last 30 days. Klaviyo provides drop-downs to configure this. You can stack multiple conditions and decide if contacts must meet all and logic or any or logic of them. Once you've added your desired conditions, click Create Segments. Klaviyo will then find everyone in your database who matches. The segment will automatically update going forward. If someone new meets the criteria, they'll be added, and if someone no longer meets it, e.g. has not opened an email in the last 30 days, they'll drop off. Example segments, recent customers. Suppose you want a segment of people who bought something in the last 30 days. You'd create a segment with the condition what someone has done, placed order, at least once in the last 30 days. Klaviyo will pull pull that data from your store integration. Now you can target this segment with a special campaign, like a 30% off coupon for the next 30 days. Why segments matter? They let you target messages precisely. Sending a re-engagement email only to those who haven't bought in the 6+ months or a VIP promo to top spenders is far more effective than a one-size-fits-all blast to every customer that has ever walked through your doors. Define with AI. Cool feature. If you're not sure how to set up a certain segment, Klaviyo has a Segments AI helper. When creating a new segment, you will see a Define with AI button if you have an active subscription. You can type a description like people who opened an email but didn't purchase. The AI will suggest the segment conditions for you. This can save time for beginners, though you can always adjust the criteria manually later. Maintaining list health. As your lists grow, remember to keep them clean. Remove or suppress contacts who never engage. Klaviyo can automate this via a sunset flow, or you can periodically segment out people who haven't opened or clicked in, say, 6 to 12 months. We will take a closer look at flows later. List cleaning helps improve your deliverability, fewer spam complaints, better open rates. A smaller list of engaged customers is more valuable than a huge list of inactive ones. Consent and compliance. Make sure you only email people who have opted in. Use double opt-in for email if possible. Klaviyo can send a confirmation email to new subscribers automatically, which ensures quality. For SMS, you must have explicit consent by law. Klaviyo will automatically place unsubscribe links in emails and stop keywords for SMS. As a beginner, just be aware of these rules. Focus on growing your list the right way, through forms and checkout opt-ins, not by purchasing lists. All right, now that you imported your lists and created segments, let's put these contacts to good use by creating an email campaign. Chapter number 4, creating and sending your first email campaign, step by step. We'll walk through a simple marketing campaign from creation to hitting send. Number 1, start a new campaign. In Klaviyo's left menu, click Campaigns. Then the Build Your Own button. In the future, you'll be clicking a new Create Campaign button. A sidebar on the right will appear. Give your campaign an internal name, something descriptive like July newsletter. Your subscribers won't see this, it's just for you to keep organized. Then choose the type of campaign. Select email. You can also create SMS campaigns, but we'll stick with email for now. Number 2, choose recipients. Next, you'll choose who will receive this email. Klaviyo will ask you to select one or more lists or segments as recipients. For example, select your newsletter subscribers lists or perhaps a segment like recent customers if the email is targeted. You can include multiple lists segments if needed, and you can also exclude certain groups. There is a Don't Send To field. For example, choose to exclude a segment of people who already purchased a specific product if your email is a promo for that product. Under Recipients, you'll also see a Smart Sending toggle. If Smart Sending is on, Klaviyo will skip sending to any contact who has recently received another campaign from you within a certain time frame. The default is 16 hours. This helps prevent bombarding the same person too frequently. I recommend keeping it on because it's a nice safety net. Make sure your tracking options are on as well. Klaviyo tracks opens and clicks, and you can enable UDM parameters for Google Analytics if you use that. Don't worry about using custom tracking parameters for your first campaign. Number 3, design the email contents. Click Next to open the email editor. Here's where you design your actual email. Let's get started. Subject line and preview text. At the top, enter an email subject line that will grab attention, but avoid spammy all caps. Below that, fill in the preview text. That's the little snippet some email clients show next to the subject to tease the email's contents and pull in recipients. Tip: if you're struggling to craft a compelling subject line or preview text, you can use Klaviyo's AI assistant to help you get started. Sender information. Ensure the sender name and sender email are set correctly. Using a custom domain email like yourname@yourcompany.com is best for professionalism and deliverability. As for the sender name, this may be your business as a whole, a specific department, or you personally. With the form to the right filled out, let's start building the email itself. Email editor. Klaviyo offers 3 ways to build emails and other contents: drag and drop, text only, or HTML. For beginners, choose drag and drop. This opens a visual email template builder. You can start from a blank template or use one of Klaviyo's pre-designed templates. Klaviyo has a template library accessible via the Email Library tab just below Templates. Feel free to pick one that suits your needs, e.g. a simple newsletter layout. Once you've got your preferred template, it's time to get started. That will bring up the drag and drop editor, where you can add blocks like text, images, buttons, headers, etc. by simply dragging them into the email. Click any block to edit its contents and style. For instance, drag in an image to add your logo at the top, then a text block to add a greeting, etc. Personalization. You can insert dynamic tags. For instance, use the person's first name in the greeting by typing "Hi, first name default" there in the text block below your logo. Klaviyo will fill in the name for each recipient and use there if missing. This small personalization will boost engagement. Mobile preview. Klaviyo's editor automatically makes your email mobile friendly. You can click the mobile preview icon to see how it looks on a phone. Always a good idea since most people will read the email on the go. Design tips. Keep your layout clean and scannable. Use headings or dividers to break sections. Include one main call to action button, e.g. shop now, linking to your site, so your goal for the email is clear. You can use Klaviyo's content blocks to add product images with prices if you synced your catalog, or even dynamic product recommendations. Klaviyo can insert items a person is likely to buy based on AI, but that's outside the scope of this video. Review and test. Before sending to your whole list, it's smart to test. Use the preview and test function to see the email with example data. Even better, send a test email to yourself. Check how it looks in your inbox, on your desktop, and on your phone. Click any embedded links to ensure to go to the right place. Ensure images load properly and there's no clipping. Klaviyo will automatically add an unsubscribe link in the footer. Just double check that you see an unsubscribe link at the bottom of your draft. Scheduling or sending. Once everything looks good, click Next. Klaviyo will show a review of your campaign, listing subject, sender info, recipients count, etc. for one last check. You'll also want to verify that tracking is enabled so you can collect campaign data. If everything looks good, you have 2 options. Send now. This will immediately send the campaign to the recipients. When you click Send Now, Klaviyo will not ask to confirm, so make sure everything is perfect before you send it out. Schedule. If you prefer to send at a later date or time, choose the Schedule option. Pick your desired send time and time zone. You can schedule days or weeks ahead. Klaviyo even has a feature called Smart Send Time that can help determine the optimal send time. But as a beginner, you should schedule manually based on your audience's typical behavior or to hit them at the beginning of the workday. We will not be taking a look at Smart Send in this video, as it requires you to have at least 12,000 contacts and send out multiple test emails. It is a neat feature, but outside the scope of this video. Whether you scheduled your campaign to send at a later date or send it immediately, congrats. You've created your first email campaign using Klaviyo. Campaign results. After a campaign begins, you can monitor results in the Campaigns tab. Click on your sent campaign to view its overview report. Here you'll see how many people opened, clicked, and sales generated. If your store is integrated, Klaviyo will attribute purchases to the campaign and other metrics like bounce or unsubscribe rates. Typically, within a few hours, you'll have a sense of performance. Don't be discouraged if the results aren't what you hoped for. Some people open days later. We'll cover more on analytics in a dedicated section, but checking the campaign report is a great learning exercise to understand your audience's engagements. Remember, less is more. A plain email is often better than an overly complex one. As you gain confidence, you can experiment with more design templates and advanced features in campaigns, but never go overboard. But emails are only one type of campaign you can coordinate with Klaviyo. In the next section, we'll see how to set up multi-channel messaging by creating SMS, text message, and push notification campaigns. Chapter 5. Expanding to SMS and push notifications. Multi-channel messaging. I'll give you a brief overview of the potential use cases and the advantages of each type of campaign. SMS campaigns. Klaviyo allows you to send text messages to customers who have opted into SMS marketing. The process is similar to email campaigns. You create a campaign, choose SMS as the channel, select the countries you want to reach, and draft your text message. You can include short links, emojis, images, and more. Why bother with SMS? Texts have high open rates and are great for timely offers. Think flash sales or event reminders. Just use them sparingly and keep messages concise. Tip: ensure your account has SMS enabled and you have a sending number set up in Klaviyo. The platform will guide you through compliance and choosing a number during setup. Mobile push notifications. If your business has a mobile app, Klaviyo's mobile push feature lets you send push notifications to users. This is more advanced. It requires installing Klaviyo's SDK in your app and getting users to opt in to push notifications. But the advantage is that you can manage push messages in the same Klaviyo dashboard as emails and SMS messages. For example, in a flow or campaign, you could include a push notification step, e.g., send a push alert 1 hour after cart abandonment. Push notifications are powerful for real-time engagements, like notifying someone of a price drop or a back-in-stock item. If you don't have an app, you can skip this, but it's good to know Klaviyo supports it for an omni-channel approach. New features. Though just getting started, Klaviyo is launching new third-party integrations to manage your communications on apps such as WhatsApp. Unified customer view. The beauty of using multiple channels in Klaviyo is data unification. All interactions, email clicks, SMS replies, push opens, WhatsApp messages, etc. get recorded in each customer's profile. This gives you a 360-degree view of engagements. You can segment users based on cross-channel behavior. Something to keep in mind: consent and compliance across channels. Each channel or app has its own rules and regulations. Email requires an unsubscribe link. SMS requires opt-out instructions, and WhatsApp requires users to agree to receive messages. When setting up SMS or WhatsApp in Klaviyo, you'll be guided through proper compliance. As a beginner, this can be time-consuming and overwhelming. Just always be transparent and always make sure you have permission to message someone on a channel. Use cases for each channel. Email, great for content-rich updates, newsletters, product announcements, and detailed promotions. SMS, best for urgent or high-value communications. Flash sale, today only 50% off. Back in stock alerts, delivery notifications, or important account notices. Push notifications, ideal for nudging your app users. Your order is out for delivery, or you left something in your cart. WhatsApp, useful in regions where WhatsApp is a primary messaging channel. It can combine the immediacy of an SMS with richer media, images, buttons, and two-way chat. For instance, a customer could ask a question about a product via WhatsApp, and you can respond or automate an answer. Setting channel frequency. Do not bombard your customers. A good practice is to let users control preferences. Some might love emails but not texts, or vice versa. Klaviyo's sign-up forms or preference center can allow users to opt into the channels they want. And in your strategy, use each channel for what it's best at. Often, email is the backbone with the most content. SMS, WhatsApp are for shorter reminders or urgent call to actions, and push is for app-specific communications. Multi-channel marketing sounds complex, but Klaviyo's unified platform simplifies it. As a beginner, you can start with email and SMS. Then, as you grow, you have the tools to expand into other channels without needing a new platform. You can also automate much of the process by taking advantage of another feature Klaviyo has to offer: flows. Chapter number 6, setting up your first flow. One of Klaviyo's most powerful features, flows, are automated sequences of messages. Let's create a basic welcome series flow, a common automation to greet new subscribers. This will build confidence in using the flow builder, and you can later apply the same steps to other automations, like an abandoned cart reminder. What are flows? Flows combine if-then logic plus timing. They have a trigger, the event that starts the flow for a person, and then a series of actions like send email, send SMS, update a profile, etc. And optional delays or conditional splits in between. Once activated, flows continuously listen for their trigger and then push people through the steps. It's like putting part of your marketing on autopilot. Very handy. Accessing flow library. Go to flows in Klaviyo. Like with other email campaigns, we have two choices. Use a pre-built template, strongly recommended for beginners. Click build your own and find welcome series. Or build from scratch. Alternatively, click build your own. After giving your flow a name, you'll start with an empty canvas and add your own trigger and emails. Setting the trigger, welcome flow. For a welcome series, the trigger is typically someone subscribes to a list. Using the pre-built template, all you need to do is select the list to use, e.g. newsletter subscribers, and click use template to bring up the flow. For this video, I'll bring up an empty canvas to walk you through the steps of building your first flow. For a welcome series, you will set up the flow trigger to add it to lists and choose newsletter subscribers. This means whenever someone is added to that list, e.g. via a sign-up form or integration, they will enter the flow. Click Save. Designing the flow steps. Once the trigger is set, you add steps. Email number 1. Drag an email action onto the canvas after setting the trigger. This will be the first welcome email. By default, this email is sent immediately, 0 delay, after someone signs up, because you want to welcome them right away. Click the email step to edit its contents. It opens an email editor similar to campaigns. You can use a simple welcome template. For content, thank them for joining, introduce your brand, or offer a discount code for their first purchase as a thank you. Keep it as short as possible. Time delay. After the first email, you'll want a delay before the next. Drag a time delay component below email 1. Set it to say 3 days. This means the flow will wait 3 days after email 1 before sending the next step. Delays can be hours, days, or weeks. You choose based on how you'd like to space out your series. Email number 2. Drag another email action below the delay. This should be a follow-up email, perhaps sharing your top contents or products. For example, 3 days after sign up, you could send our most loved products or a story about your brand. Edit that email content accordingly using the drag and drop content editor. Optional, conditional split. Flows allow branching. For instance, you should want to split based on whether the person has made a purchase or not since starting the flow. In a welcome series, a common approach is to skip the remaining promotional emails if the subscriber makes a purchase after receiving the first email. You can add a conditional split that checks what someone has done, place an order at least in the last 30 days. If yes, you could branch them to a different path, e.g. a thank you for your purchase email instead, or end the flow entirely. If no, continue with the regular welcome content. This is an advanced tweak, so you may want to skip it on your first flow, but it's good to know it's possible to make flows smart. Email number 3. Let's say you keep it simple. 1 immediate welcome email, 1 follow-up in 3 days, and 1 more a few days later. You would add another time delay, e.g. 4 more days under the no conditional split. Then another email, perhaps this one with a stronger call to action, like here's a 20% off if they haven't purchased yet. Many welcome series are 2 to 3 emails long. You can decide the content cadence. Ensure each email provides value, tips, info, or an incentive and isn't just buy now repeatedly. Configure email sending settings. For each email action in the flow, you can set settings like smart sending. Flows allow respect smart sending by default. So if someone got a campaign email an hour ago, a flow email will be delayed to avoid overlap. UTM tracking, automatically enabled for flows as well. Daytime restrictions. If you only want flow emails to go out during certain hours or days, say only weekdays 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Klaviyo can restrict sending times in flow emails. For a welcome email, you should leave it open. Welcome email at 2 a.m. is fine, it's immediate. Turn on the flow. When your sequence is set, preview it. Klaviyo will highlight any email that is missing a subject line or if the trigger isn't set. Once all set, change the flow status to live. Now the flow is live. Any new person who triggers it, joins that list, will start getting your series automatically. Monitoring flow performance. Over time, you can click into the flow and see metrics on each email card, like open rate, click rate, and conversion if applicable. Flows have their own analytics, so you can gauge effectiveness. For example, if email 1 has a 50% open rate and email 2 has a 30% open rate, that's pretty normal as interest tapers. But if email 3 has only 5%, you're waiting too long or the content isn't compelling and you can adjust. Abandoned cart flow, another popular one. Once you're comfortable with the welcome flow, a great next automation is an abandoned cart, aka cart abandonment flow. Klaviyo has a template for this too. The trigger would be checkout started for Shopify. Pulling that template up, we can see that the flow will send a reminder email, perhaps 4 hours after cart abandonment, then another message 20 hours later. Klaviyo's deep data integration shines here. You can include the actual cart items in the email via template tags, like an image and the name of the product they left. Don't worry about the details now. Just know that with flows, any significant customer action can trigger a tailored response from you. Other flow ideas. Browse the flow library in Klaviyo to see other pre-made flows. Nurture subscribers to drive engagement and generate sales. Encourage repeat purchases. Pull in repeat customers with special offers. And happy birthday. Send a special coupon along with birthday wishes are a few examples. You don't need all of these at once. Start with the basics, welcome and cards, and add more over time. The good news is that once the flow is live, it's working for you in the background. Generative AI and flows. Klaviyo also offers AI assistance when creating flows. If you're building a flow from scratch, you can take advantage of the Create with AI option to streamline the process. A/B testing and flows. Once you're comfortable building flows, Klaviyo has built-in A/B testing. For instance, you could test 2 different subject lines or offers in an abandoned cart email. This is an advanced move. You'd use a trigger split or variation on an email action. Not crucial for starting out, but as you optimize, know that Klaviyo can automate testing and will show which variant performs better. They even have an AI to automatically pick winners off tests. Maintaining flows. Once you have a flow up and running, set it and forget it. But not forever. Check in on your flows every so often. Make sure discount codes used, if any, are still valid, update wording if you rebrand, etc. Also, as you learn what messages resonate, you can tweak your flow emails to match. Flows are your round-the-clock sales team. Give them some love and they'll generate revenue and customer goodwill continuously. Setting up flows seems daunting at first, but once you see one in action, you'll wonder how you lived without it. But to get the most out of your flows, you'll need to draw in new customers. One way you can do that is by creating sign-up forms with Klaviyo. Chapter number 7, collecting subscribers, creating a pop-up sign-up form. Growing your list is vital. Klaviyo's built-in sign-up forms let you capture emails and SMS consents on your website without needing a third-party tool. These can be pop-ups, flyouts, or embedded forms. Let's quickly create a simple pop-up form to get new subscribers. Getting started. Click Sign Up Forms on the menu, then click Create Form. You'll be presented with a gallery of form templates, newsletter pop-ups, exit intent offers, etc. Choose a template you like. For example, a classic pop-up. Select it, give the form a name, and proceed to the form editor. Designing the form. The form editor is similar to the email editor. You can edit text, colors, images, and drag and drop new blocks. For example, I'll change the headline to Get 10% off your first order. Adjust the body text, e.g., get the latest on new releases, promotions, and exclusive deals. Ensure the form has an email or phone number input field. You'll also want to add a first name field to personalize greetings later, but keep it short. More fields can mean fewer signups. If you do SMS, Klaviyo will handle the legal notice for you. Customize the submit button text, e.g., join now. Match the design to your branding. You can set the background color, form colors, and fonts to be consistent with your site. Behavior settings. Click on the targeting and behavior settings. Here, you decide when and where the form appears. Timing, e.g., show after 5 seconds on page, or after the visitor scrolls 30% of the way down. Choose what feels right. 5 seconds on landing is a great opportunity for a welcome offer. You can also set it to show on exit intent for desktop, when the user's cursor heads to close tab. Frequency, e.g., don't show it to the same visitor more than once a day or until a week later if they closed. This prevents annoying visitors with the same pop-up repeatedly. Devices, ensure the form is enabled for all devices. Pages to show. You can have it shown on all pages or specific pages. You don't want it on checkout, account page, etc. For a basic newsletter pop-up, all pages are fine. Publish the form. Once design and settings are done, switch the form from draft to live. Publish. If your site is integrated, the Shopify integration automatically injects Klaviyo form script on your site. The form will now start appearing on your website to visitors. If you have a custom website that is not integrated, Klaviyo provides an embed code. Test the form. Go to your website in an incognito window. After the set delay, you should see your pop-up. Try signing up with a test email. Then check Klaviyo to see if that email appeared in the list. This verifies everything's connected end to end. Growing your list with forms. You can create multiple forms, e.g., an exit intent form offering a discount to prevent people from leaving, or a special form on specific product pages. Klaviyo's forms support show hide logic too. For instance, the subscribe form should be hidden for users who are already on your list, so you're not asking them to subscribe again. Design tips for forms. Keep forms simple and compelling. Offer something in return for signups, discounts, exclusive content, entry into a giveaway, etc. This greatly improves sign-up rate. Use clear language and a single call to action. Sign up and get your discount, for example. Don't ask for too much info. Email and first name is often enough to start. You can collect more data later through profile updates or surveys. Make closing the form easy, a clear X in case people aren't interested. You can set it so the form doesn't show again for those who dismiss it. Embedded forms. If pop-ups aren't your style, Klaviyo also allows embedded forms that live within a page like a footer newsletter signup. The process is similar. Create your form, then instead of publishing to all pages, you get an embed code to place on your site. Double opt-in, optional. By default, Klaviyo's list settings have double opt-in on, meaning after form submission, it emails the person a confirmation link. This ensures the email is valid and the person truly wants to subscribe. Double opt-in can slightly reduce signups, some won't click the confirm email, but yields higher quality lists and is required in some countries for compliance. You can toggle this in the list settings under List and Segments, Select Lists, Settings. Many US-based brands use single opt-in for ease, but double opt-in is safer for deliverability. If double opt-in is on, make sure you customize the confirmation email. SMS opt-in forms. You can also use Klaviyo forms to gather SMS consents. Often, brands have a form that asks for a phone number as optional, with proper TCPA consent text. If someone enters their phone number, Klaviyo can trigger an automated welcome text with a preset flow. This is a great way to build your SMS list alongside your email lists. Although Klaviyo's form builder should include the necessary legal disclaimer automatically, make sure it is included. Integrated forms with flows. We already set up a welcome email flow triggered by list join. That will catch people from your new pop-up. You could also create an SMS welcome flow triggered by SMS subscription if you collect phone numbers. Additionally, flows can track form submits as an action, so you could trigger certain conditionals off a specific form if needed. But generally, tying forms to lists is simplest. Monitoring form performance. In the Sign Up Forms tab, Klaviyo shows metrics like views, submissions, and the total revenue generated by each form. Over time, check how many people are seeing versus signing up. Typical site pop-up conversion is 2 to 5%, but it varies. If yours is low, experiment with different copy or offering a better incentive. If it's high, great. You're effectively growing your audience. The bottom line, a well-crafted form is the gateway to your success. It brings people into your orbit so you can nurture them with those campaigns and flows you set up. Let's take a closer look at the analytic and reporting tools Klaviyo has to offer. Chapter number 8, Analytics and Reporting Basics. Once you have campaigns and flows running, you'll want to understand how they're performing. Klaviyo's analytics give you insight into what's working and where to improve. Campaign reports. For every campaign you send, Klaviyo provides an overview report. Key metrics you will see: deliverability. How many emails were successfully delivered? Ideally, 99% of sends. Open rate. The percentage of recipients who opened the email. This will vary greatly depending on your industry. Click rate. Percentage of who clicked a link in the email. Even a 1 to 5% click rate can be decent, depending on email contents. Other metrics. Bounce rate. Should be low, under 1 to 2%. Unsubscribe rate. Hopefully very low, like 0.1%. If high, your content may be off target for the lists. Spam complaint rate. Nearly zero ideally. A high spam mark is a red flag. Geography, device, etc. Klaviyo can show you where people are opening, by country, and on what device, mobile versus desktop. This can inform design. Over 50% of opens are on mobile these days, which is why we stress mobile-friendly design. Flow reports. Each flow has an aggregate report and per email stats. Open the flow you want to view and select Show Analytics. For each email in a flow, you can see how many people got it, open click rates, and conversion. Flows often outperform campaigns because they're highly targeted and timely. Use Flow Analytics to tweak your automations. If one email in the series underperforms, try changing its delay or contents. If the flow overall isn't catching people, the trigger likely needs adjustments. Lists and segments analytics. In the metrics section of analytics, Klaviyo provides list and engagement reports. You can track how your list is growing over time, sources of new subscribers, attributions to forms, integrations, and engagement levels. For example, you can see how many people in a list have opened at least one email in the last 30 days. Active versus inactive audience. Dashboard and custom reports. Klaviyo's home dashboard can be customized to show you key metrics at a glance. You could add a tile for total revenue from Klaviyo in the last 30 days, or a graph of email open rate over time, etc. This is more for when you get deeper, but know you can tailor it to what matters to you. Benchmarks. Klaviyo has a benchmark feature where it compares your metrics to industry peers anonymously. The various key performance indicators, KPIs, are helpful to know if you're doing well or need improvements. Deliverability monitoring. Under Analytics, Deliverability, Klaviyo will show you trends in bounce rates, spam complaints, and more for all of your campaigns and flows. Keep an eye that your open rates don't suddenly plunge. This could indicate emails landing in spam. If you see issues, Klaviyo's docs on deliverability best practices, warm-up authentication can guide you. Smart Send Times Report. If you ever use the Smart Send Time feature we mentioned, Klaviyo actually provides a special report for it. It will show open rates by hour and the winning send times after tests. Reporting for SMS. Similarly, if you send SMS, Klaviyo reports on delivery, click rates with short link tracking, and SMS conversion rate using similar attribution. Watch your unsubscribe rate here too. SMS is high touch, so even a 0.5% opt-out per campaign can add up. Adjust frequency or content if needed to keep that low. Integration metrics. In the metrics section, you can also view data related to your integrations, e.g. checkout started, placed order, etc. You can even build custom reports combining metrics, e.g. a chart of weekly placed orders overlaid with weekly email sends to see correlation. For a beginner, that's overkill, but know that as a custom relationship management platform, Klaviyo holds a lot of data you can analyze without needing a separate tool. Exporting data. You can export campaign reports or segment lists easily if needed for preservations or backup. On the campaign overview, there's an Export Analytics next to View Library option, which downloads a CSV of all metrics or even the recipient activity. Also, you can go to an individual profile in Klaviyo and see message history. Super useful if a customer says, "I didn't get the email." You can check if it was sent, opened, etc. Iterate and improve. Use analytics to close the loop. For example, if open rates are low, work on subject lines. Perhaps test more personalization or urgency, and ensure your sender/domain is trusted. Set up branded domains so emails aren't going to spam. If click rates are low but open is high, your content isn't engaging enough or the CTA is not clear. Try different layouts, copy, or offers. If unsubscribe or spam complaints spike after a certain email, analyze that content. Did it stray from what you promised subscribers? Was it sent too frequently? Take that feedback to adjust frequency or targeting. If a particular automation flow is generating a lot of revenue, consider expanding on it. E.g., your welcome series yields many first-time buyers with that 10% coupon. Add a follow-up flow to turn those one-time buyers into repeat customers, like a post-purchase check-in with a related product recommendation. AI insights. Klaviyo is building AI into analytics too. For instance, predictive analytics, which can show each customer's predicted lifetime value or churn risk. These aren't 100% accurate, but are educated guesses from Klaviyo's models. They can be used to create segments, e.g., a segment of high LTV customers to VIP treat, or likely to churn customers to send a win-back offer. While advanced, they're there for you to explore as you become more data savvy. In short, measure everything you do. Use those insights to do more what works and less of what doesn't. Data is your friend, even if you're not a numbers person. Klaviyo's visuals and clear metrics will make it easy to understand the story behind your customer interactions. I'll round out the video by offering a few tips to keep in mind as you begin your journey on Klaviyo. Chapter number 9, final tips for beginners, optimizing deliverability and engagement. Here are some practical beginner tips to ensure your Klaviyo marketing is successful, sustainable, and subscriber friendly. Warm up your sending. If you're new to email marketing or have a brand new list, don't send a huge blast to 100% of your contacts on day one. ISPs like Gmail watch sender behavior. It can help to warm up to send your most engaged 1/3 of contacts first, then gradually include more. Klaviyo's platform and guides suggest this if you have a sizable list. Warming builds your sender reputation, reducing the chances of being flagged as spam in the future. Authenticate your sending domain. In Klaviyo settings, set up a branded sending domain, SPF, Daycam Records, when possible. This involves a bit of DNS setup. Klaviyo provides instructions and records to add. What it does is essentially send emails as you@yourdomain.com with cryptographic signatures proving Klaviyo is allowed to send for you. This greatly improves deliverability and looks professional. By default, Klaviyo will send from their shared domain on your behalf, which is authenticated, but using your own domain is even better long-term, especially as you scale. Avoid spam triggers. Create emails that won't get caught in spam filters. Don't use all caps or too many exclamation marks in subjects. Avoid spammy phrases, e.g., free money, click now. Keep a healthy text to image ratio. Emails that are one big image or all images with little text can be suspect. Provide a mix of HTML text and images. Always include the required elements, a visible unsubscribe link, and your physical mailing address. Klaviyo adds the address from your account settings to the footer by default to comply with canned spam. Test emails with services like Mail Tester or check Klaviyo's own spam compliance tools if available. But generally, if you follow Klaviyo's default templates and don't do anything wild, you'll be fine. Use segmentation for relevance. Rather than blasting all subscribers with every email, use those segments. For instance, send a back-in-stock email only to people who showed interest in that product. Klaviyo can capture viewed product or added to cart data. Sending relevant content leads to higher opens and clicks, which in turn helps your deliverability. ISPs see that people engage with your emails and thus are more likely to put you in the inbox. Monitor send frequency. In the beginning, figure out a comfortable cadence. It's better to send out one great email a week than 4 mediocre ones just because. Quality over quantity every single day. Pay attention to unsubscribe rates. If you see a spike, consider slowing down or surveying subscribers on what frequency they prefer. Klaviyo's preference center can allow subscribers to choose weekly versus monthly newsletters, for example, which can retain people. Mobile optimization. Always check the mobile preview before sending. Most people will read your emails on their phone. Is the text easily readable without zooming? Use font sizes 14 plus for body and 20 plus for headers. Are buttons large enough to tap? Klaviyo's templates are responsive, but double check things like wide images or side-by-side columns on mobile. A neat trick, stack content for mobile. Also, subject lines on mobile truncate earlier. Put keywords first and keep around 40 characters if you can. Leverage templates and save time. Beyond the template library, there's also the template manager. When you design an email you like, say a nice header and footer, save it as a master template. Then each new campaign, you can start from that template so you don't have to rebuild from scratch. Consistent templates also reinforce your branding. Use the same header style, button style, etc. It looks polished and saves you time. A/B test subject lines and content. Klaviyo makes it easy to A/B test in campaigns. You can set up 2 versions and Klaviyo will split send, e.g. 50-50 or 20-20, and remaining 60% to the winner. Test things like subject wording, image versus no image, or long copy versus short. As a beginner, start with subject lines. Over a few campaigns, you will learn what your audience responds to. For example, do question-style subjects, "Is your wardrobe ready for winter?" get more opens than generic ones like "Winter collection now available"? Use data to inform your creative strategy. Smart sending and email frequency cap. We touched on smart sending, Klaviyo's built-in protection to not over-email someone who got a recent campaign. Keep that turned on unless you have a specific reason to bypass it. It's a helpful throttle. Additionally, you can set account level limits like do not send more than X email per day or week to a profile. Using smart sending ensures you don't fatigue your subscribers. Emails look personal. Notice Klaviyo's default plain text-only option. Sometimes a simple, personal-looking email, plain text from the founder's name with no fancy graphics, can perform amazingly for certain messages, like a heartfelt thank you or a quick note. Don't be afraid to use those when appropriate. They often land in the primary inbox rather than the promotions inbox in Gmail, increasing visibility. A mix of design-heavy and plain emails can keep things interesting. Monitor sender reputation. If you set up your own sending domain and send large volumes, look into using a dedicated sending IP if needed. Klaviyo offers this to high senders. For smaller senders, you'll be on Klaviyo's shared IPs, which are fine. Just keep bounce spam rates low. If deliverability issues arise, check Klaviyo's guidance. Quick tip, if you ever get a spam complaint or someone writes, "Why am I getting this?" make sure you honor unsubscribe requests promptly. Klaviyo handles the tech, but the tone of your content matters too. Be honest about why someone is receiving an email. You subscribed on our website on January 5th. Can be included in the footer or intro for reassurance. Use double opt-in for quality if feasible. As mentioned, double opt-ins can protect you from bots or mistyped emails getting on your list, which can cause bounces. It also ensures engaged subscribers. It's a bit of a conversion hit because some won't confirm, but those who do are golden. So if your list growth is fast and you notice a lot of bounces or fake signups, definitely enable double opt-in. Keep building customer data. Klaviyo profiles can store custom properties like birthday, gender, preferences. Through sign-up forms or occasional surveys, Collect what's useful for segmentation. For instance, ask for birth date to send a birthday coupon and add to profile properties. Or let users pick interests, e.g. men's clothing or women's clothing or both. Store that, then segment emails accordingly. The more relevant you can be, the better your engagements. Learn from Klaviyo resources. Klaviyo has a great help center and academy. They have live trainings, certifications, community forums, and blogs with best practices. If you're ever unsure, search their help articles, and the community forum is active. Chances are, any question you have has been asked by someone and answered by experts. Don't hesitate to use these when you're stuck or looking for new ideas. Compliance and privacy. As a good practice, maintain a privacy policy on your site that covers your email and SMS marketing. Klaviyo helps by letting you easily honor unsubscribe and data deletion requests. Just be mindful of where your subscribers are from, e.g., the EU requires double opt-in or specific consent checkboxes. Always treat subscriber data respectfully and securely. Have fun and be human. Finally, remember you're communicating with real people. Write your emails in a friendly tone as if to one person. Use the data and automation to make it feel one-to-one. For example, "Hi Jane, welcome to your brand." Feels warm. And an email triggered by a behavior like a card reminder saying you left something behind, need help with sizing, or have questions, just hit reply. Makes the customer experience better, not worse. When you approach campaigns and flows with the mindset of helping or delighting the customer, not just making a sale, you will naturally create content that resonates, and the sales will follow. Congratulations, you've now got a solid foundation in Klaviyo. You know how to navigate your way around the dashboard, connect your store to Klaviyo and manage integrations, build lists and segments, create email, SMS, and push notification campaigns, create flows and pop-ups, and harness analytics. As a beginner, the best way to learn is always to use. Start managing your online marketing alone or with your team, and refer back to chapters of this tutorial whenever you need a refresher. Share this video or specific tips with your team so everyone stays on the same page. Be unique, create content that stands out, and learn from your mistakes. And finally, if you found this tutorial helpful, the best way to support me and my channel is by signing up for Klaviyo using the link in the video description. Thank you so much, I hope it was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.